boops the boops.
Huh?
You booped a boop.
I booped it.
You booped a boop. He booped a boop.
There's a boop.
There is a boop, and we have connection. And ladies and gentlemen, don't touch that dial. You are listening to Brothers in Arms podcast here on twitch.tv/brothersinarms. We are the hosts with the most, Patrick, Greg, and Alex. Today is May the 13th, 2023, episode 113, and we are still here somehow. Gentlemen, good evening.
Good evening, Greg.
Good evening.
I like that, man. You've gotten better at that, if I dare say. It's clean.
He dare.
I'm proud.
Yeah. Well done, sir.
Now we just need to get music added, and we'll be fancy. We'll be fancy podcasters.
I back in the day when we started pumping this thing out, do you remember, or you boys have listened to the morning stream with Scott Johnson and Brian Ebbett, right? And somebody for the Trek Nerds section, they mashed together the opening for Star Trek and Jeopardy. And they did kind of this number with it, and it worked. It was kind of interesting. And I was thinking to myself, what if we took your branches of military, so the Navy, anchors away, and Greg, if we took the Marine Corps, dun, 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 dun,
so the Marines him.
Yep. And then we took the Salvation Army's Onward Christian Soldiers. And
just smashed them all together somehow.
We did that as well. And gentlemen, I did do it. And I played it on my euphonium and recorded it.
Oh.
And it came out better than expected.
I did a thing.
And so I don't know
and the thing worked.
If I played that for you or not, or if it just got lost in the nether. But
it's probably in the nether. I'm sure it's
I will
saved
find it for you again. And I know a guy who his summer isn't so busy that maybe I can find a way to get this into an actual squish of a song and see if we can get that happening for us, you know?
That would be fun.
Okay, cool. So there you go. Hi, everybody. Welcome back. So glad you're here. What's happening? We're a day early, a couple dollars short too, but that's okay.
Ain't got no money.
Ain't got no. He ain't got no money.
Got no money.
But that's okay because life is grand, and we're here with you. So welcome to Saturday.
Hello,
gentlemen.
Hello.
What is going on? Anything good in the hood?
I went back to work.
I see you shaved.
He's got a clean. He's got a clean face right now.
He's got a clean face again. What's happening with that?
You're
clean face and a haircut.
2 bits.
But I needed the haircut. Yeah. Sorry, Greg.
That's still longer than mine.
Oh, nice.
Yeah. I decided while we were out that I was going to end up trying to make this thing keep my hair as long on top as I could while still maintaining regulations and doing all the other fancy stuff that I have to do.
Maintaining regulations. What does that sound like? Please.
So you have to maintain hair facial grooming standards, right? So you have to have a proper haircut, proper shave. Your mustache has to be within the proper specifications.
I can't have a mustache.
That's why Greg doesn't grow a mustache, because his would look weird.
Well, all right. So where I'm currently stationed, I'm actually not allowed to grow a mustache.
Really?
Yeah. That one's
Aww.
But I also our mustache regulations are much more strict than his. Like mine can't extend past the corners of my mouth.
I get 1/4 of an inch.
Yeah, Alex gets to be able to go past the
You get
the
1/4 of an inch past,
yeah.
Really?
Yep.
So that's why his can be so majestic. He can have the Tom Selleck. I would look like Hitler. So
That's nice.
so because well, it's
Oh.
truth. It's truth. That is why I don't grow a mustache. Most Marines with a mustache, they just they just don't
Exist.
look right.
Yeah.
Oh no, they exist. I've seen
No,
some
that's why
glorious ones, but
I said they just exist.
yeah,
Not that
it's
they
just,
don't exist.
and depending on the unit, like you can there are units that that are out there that you can do more. You can kind of skirt the line and it looks more like a Navy reg. But most units, pretty much every other unit in the Marine Corps, every other unit does allow mustaches.
Uh-huh.
You have to stay within the regs. But boy, the hair. What's the hair?
So the hair has to be very specific, right? You're not allowed to have more than 4 inches in length on top. It can't be more than 2 inches in bulk. So, like, if you have a whole bunch of hair, like if it sits, like, some people would tease their hair up or whatever, right? So if they were to check, this, that wouldn't fly.
Pass. Got it.
No.
Got it.
Right. So everything stays down, everything stays neat and organized, and we're all good to go.
Okay.
And then it has to be, it's not specific on the fade itself, but it has to fade. It cannot be one total length. You have to have a gradient from the bottom all the way up. Your sideburns can't come down past that little indent in your ear right here, the little loop. So that is as low as they can go. So you can't have mutton chops like Greg had in high school.
No, that's negative.
I remember that.
And then the back cannot be flat on the bottom. So you cannot say, you just draw a line across the back of your neck and that's where your hair stops. You have those sharp corners. It has to be tapered. But other than that, there's not really too much of a regulation. The way that the military makes sure that you have the haircut that they want you to have is they use the word faddish.
Mm-hmm.
So you cannot have. Yep. So even if you are completely within regulations, but you have that weird like side part where they have the extreme part where they shave a line down so that you can't do that. That is considered faddish. Going from having a full head of hair to showing up at work the next day with your head shaved and picked, so like down to nothing cue ball, is considered faddish. Unless you are losing your hair and you have decided that from now on you will continue to have a shaved head. You can't just shave your head and walk in. That is considered a faddish haircut.
Wow.
The guys,
they're really big on that.
Oh yeah.
Oh wow.
Yeah. So we had one guy that showed up to work, and they thought it would be funny. While he was there towards the end of deployment, he was like, "Oh, I'm just gonna, shave off all my hair. I'm gonna shave my head." And he got pulled into the office and reamed a new one because he decided he wanted a faddish haircut. And Master Chief was not excited about that.
That's annoying.
Wow.
Mm-hmm.
We can shave our heads if we feel like it. They don't care.
Yeah.
That's a difference.
So it's one of those things, right? And then if you have something, even though you are completely within regulations, but your fade is too high, right? They can consider that faddish, and they can make you go and get your hair cut by ship's barber, or if someone other than the ship's barber cuts your hair, like in the head, they can do that too.
Wow.
Yeah, it's good times.
Oh, ladies and gentlemen, in the head, I believe, is the bathroom.
That is the bathroom. That naval terminology I'll be using.
What?
Cutting in the head.
What in the world?
Cutting the head.
Yeah. Yeah. You sit down in a chair.
He says that it makes perfect sense to me. Yeah. Like, it's one of those things.
I love going places with my wife's family, right? Because like we'll go and sit down, and we're hanging out at a brewery, and I'll look at them and be like, I gotta go to the head. I just get up and walk away, and it's always fun to watch the looks on their faces. They're like, bathroom. He's going to the bathroom. Yeah.
Here we are, back to potty talk. Jeez, guys.
Yeah, I mean, it's great.
Or head
I
talk.
can't help.
I love
Head talk.
Liz's comment. Title of the podcast: Faddish.
Faddish.
Yeah.
It's Faddish.
It can
It keeps
be
happening.
done.
Faddish. But yeah, no. I went back to work. Gotta love work.
Yeah, work.
Yeah. I ended up staying super late on Thursday when I went back to work. And then I had duty yesterday. Got home after pretty much not sleeping on duty yesterday. And then I showed back up. Went and took Liz to, there was a potted plant thing out at a coffee shop. We went to there's a group that runs this thing, and they have like little cuts of very exotic plants and all sorts of other stuff that you can't really find. So she found a couple of things that she was very, very excited to find. So we got 3 new propagations that we're going to try and
Propagate.
grow. Propagation.
Propagation.
She got fancy plants, not just the one fancy plant that she has now. She has multiple fancy plants. One of them is a mojito. And I don't know. I just like
Isn't
that.
that what you make mojitos from?
No.
The drink?
No, you make mint.
It was made with mint.
Yeah, mint.
What do I know?
Yeah, mint and sugar, and then you muddle them. Yeah.
Yeah.
No, and we
Metal.
yeah,
You gotta muddle.
Metal?
Muddle.
With like a U.
It's like puddle without the P and an M.
Oh, thank you
Yeah.
for that, Greg.
You're welcome.
It's
Captain
like
Obvious
muddle.
here.
No,
offering the answer to your life's questions.
Oh, don't meddle. I mean muddle.
muddle.
Don't meddle in the muddle.
Don't muddle. It's muddle with pud. So, but no, got that. Got Liz an opportunity to go and have her kidless foray.
Hooray!
Today. She got a chance to go and hang out, and then I came here. So
I'm gonna snack.
You're gonna snack?
I'm gonna snack.
What kind of snacks you got? You sharing?
Got trail mix. You want some?
Oh, sure. I'll take some. I just had a chipotle burrito.
Throw really hard. I had chipotle too.
Yeah.
Mine wasn't a burrito though. I had a bowl.
Oh yeah, no, I haven't had like tortillas in forever because we ran out of those like week 2, 9 months ago, and we just never got any more.
I want a tortilla.
Well, they had them, but they didn't have enough. So the guys that actually worked in the galleys would like make quesadillas and stuff for each other, and you'd walk by and be like, "Hey man, can I get a quesadilla?" And they'd be like, "No."
No.
Like, yeah, okay.
I thought the world had ended. Was going to end this week.
What?
Or at least there was a terrible what do you call it?
Wake me up.
Yeah, no, just like something awful happened in Fredericksburg this weekend.
Mm.
The Waffle House near the house was closed today.
What?
I know, right?
It's a national emergency.
It
there
is.
A hurricane coming through?
It's a national emergency. No, so Brandy and I tried to go to Waffle House this morning.
Again.
I know.
Say it again.
What?
Say it again.
Say what?
Waffle House.
He said
Waffle.
Waffle House.
Waffle.
Waffle.
Been up north too long, man. Waffle House.
Waffle.
We got Waffle House, not
Waffle. Waffle House. Or we go to Waffle House and we order a pancake. Ma'am, this is Waffle House.
If we say it enough, maybe they'll sponsor us. Waffle House.
Shout out
Waffle.
to oh gosh, what is her last name now? Lightly? Ashley?
Lightly. Yeah.
Ashley. Shout out to Ashley Lightly. God bless you, girl. Alex and I took her to the old Waffle House.
Hey, you did it better that time. Good job.
On a Saturday on a Saturday morning before divisional band rehearsal.
Oh yeah. It was great.
It was her first time.
That sounds
and this
easy.
girl tried. Oh yeah, right. Like let's get breakfast before we go sit in. No, she tried to order a pancake
at Waffle House.
At Waffle House, exactly.
What's wrong with you, child?
I know. It was an honest mistake. And,
no,
I laugh about it.
That was complete.
I
didn't read the
laugh,
menu.
I laugh about it now, but you know, it was her first
goodness.
time. You know, obviously she didn't read the sign on the door walking in.
It's not Pancake House.
No, it's Waffle House. Waffle House.
Waffle House.
Waffle House.
I think she wanted to go to IHOP. I don't know, but Waffle House was closer to Temple, so it worked out.
Yeah, we're rehearsing there at Temple that weekend. It was good times.
It was good.
It's still one of the funniest stories. One of my favorite stories of high school.
Waffle.
But no, the Waffle House was closed. It made me sad.
Aw.
So we ended up going across the street to
International House of Pancakes.
No, gosh, no. I don't. You know, the last time I've been to an IHOP was
Table was sticky.
Dude, I took Zoe. We were coming. I picked her up from the airport in Baltimore. I went to BWI, picked her up at BWI, and we were coming back, and her flight got in stupid late. And so it's like 1 o'clock in the morning, and she was hungry, and it was the only thing that was open on our way back down. So I was like, all right, haven't been here in a while. Oh my goodness. Yeah. No. I'll go to Waffle House any day. Like, I know what to expect when I go to a Waffle House.
Wonderful thing.
Yeah, no, just it's a Waffle House. Like, you know,
You shut your mouth. Wonderful thing.
They have good coffee, and I do like their waffles. And man, oh man, gentlemen, like that IHOP was rough.
Yeah.
like scary rough.
Why was it still open then?
I don't know.
No.
It was an experience, to say the least. But what else, Boyle? You went back to work. Anything else cool happened this week?
Nothing else cool, no.
Aw.
It's been a pretty terrible week.
But you got some fancy plans.
Oh no, Liz got some fancy plans.
Oh, that's right.
Yeah, so we ended up going and looking. So, gentlemen, I don't know if have I told you guys about dwarf trees yet?
I know what they are, and I remember you saying you were looking to get some for the yard.
Nope, drawn.
Yeah. So a dwarf tree is a cutting off of a fruit bearing tree that you can plant in like a 5-gallon bucket.
Think mini tree.
And as long as Liz says they're my fancy plants. I already said that. It's okay. It's fine. But
she said planta.
Yeah, she did say planta.
Planta.
Wanna planta.
Planta.
Oh, you know we're related.
Yes. Yes, we are.
So I went looking though, and we went to a couple of different places to go and see stuff. But dwarf trees, you can basically pull them off of like an adult fruit-bearing tree. So like apples, oranges, lemons. There's a couple of different types of lemons that you can do that with.
So you're yoinking a tree off of a tree?
Essentially, yeah.
What?
Yep. So you pull enough of a piece off of it, and these trees they're not like the full trees, so they only grow to 6 feet, 7 feet, somewhere around there. But they're still in a bucket. But they're still fruit growing trees. They still bear fruit. So whenever, like for me, for the military lifestyle, right, I move every couple of years. Hopefully only one more time and then we're done.
There you go.
But if I were to find something, and fun fact, many fruit trees don't grow true to seed. You don't know what that means. But I don't know those words.
Write that down.
But you know, it's kind of like it's a transitionary lifestyle. You know, where you're always moving. So something that I could grow in a 5-gallon bucket and then throw in the back of the truck and drive to the next house, put it back in the backyard, and do the same thing all over again. That just sounds great.
Why not?
So
it's a mobile.
You know, I make beer in 5-gallon buckets, and then I do the same thing. I take it with me to the next place.
That's true. Yeah.
Yeah.
So
Sorry, that was funny to me.
you're fine. But they have all sorts of like really cool stuff that you can find at different places to get like, you know, trees or different berry bushes. We saw one the other day. They had pink lemonade blueberries. Never heard of it before, but no shot. Like walking through, you look, they had some of them that had berries on it, and then blueberries was pink. It's weird.
Wouldn't they be pink berries then?
No, they're pink lemonade.
Not to be confused with grapple berries.
Grapple berries. I did see a grapple tree, but I think I just misread it and it was crab apple. I don't know. Probably.
Those are the kind that you have to put into a submission in order to get the fruit.
Oh, got him in a toe lock.
There's my dad joke.
Oh
no!
For the weekend.
That's a freebie.
We're not there yet.
No. I just had to. That one I made up. I'm proud of
jokes. That. Yeah, so good. So good.
So, but that's literally what we've been doing. That's the only happy things. I don't really want to share the bad things that have happened. I'll talk to you guys a little bit later on that. Greg already knows. I called him earlier this week.
Yeah, we had a long chat.
But
twice.
Yeah. Twice. Because I found out what actually happened when I went back to work. Great.
Got it.
But
no, it's not. Got it.
No.
Yay work.
Yay work. That's it, man. I've been living there. Great. I was really excited about duty yesterday. The fact that I could, like, I haven't been sleeping well. You know, being home, you know, you think being back in your own bed is great. I don't sleep well.
You know, I've got a tiny little like fold out futon ottoman that turns into a little tiny bed. I could like put some tarp over it to make it feel small, or a cardboard box. That's a better idea. Cardboard box would make it feel small. And
you got like a refrigerator box?
Sure.
Yeah, you can just cut the side off of it.
Crawl in.
Yeah. And great. You know, whatever.
Folks, we do not have a Twitch. It's just we're twitching on Twitch.
Everybody, doesn't it?
Everybody now. Oh man.
Yeah. But no, I got to sleep for about an hour yesterday. Really, it was this morning. So, but I got duty again tomorrow, so we'll see what happens.
Yay.
Yeah, hopefully you're not out fixing dumb things all day.
Well, we had a fire yesterday, so that was kind of fun.
Ooh. In port, no less. That makes things interesting.
Yeah, so when we're starting up, we have to do certain things, and we have to make sure that our test transfers work. So we went to test transfer something, and the breaker didn't open. The other one didn't shut, but the other one tried to shut, and the dude just kept holding it. And then smoke just starts billowing out. And then you can see the fire, and he was like, "Oh, that's not good." So he lets it go, and he goes and pulls it away. So that was my day most.
That's bad.
Yeah, that was my day most of the day yesterday.
Fire where fire shouldn't be.
Yeah, I've got the whole thing tagged out because it was on a load center.
There's a fire where it should not exist. Just in case you didn't know.
So, real quick. So I got to duty yesterday, right? And we had some things we had to do in the morning, and then I had second watch. So I had 6 hours of watch yesterday, and that was it. And I know I messed up because I was like, yeah, you know, we'll go and we'll get this thing done, and then, you know, I can relax for a little bit. I might be able to take a nap, you know, work on some other stuff, some qualifications, and then actually get some sleep, and then wake up and be able to spend, you know, because the family, we celebrated Mother's Day today.
Nice.
Because I'm on duty tomorrow. So it really doesn't work out too much.
Right.
Yeah.
But that was in my head going into work yesterday. And then the stuff that we needed to do took a while. So I finally got done. So I walked back to berthing. I had a cup of coffee. I had my old mug, and I sit back down. I sat down in the lounge, you know, kind of leaned back for a second, pulled out my phone because I'm rereading through the Words of Radiance. in the Way of Kings, because there should be another book coming out at some point. I don't know. Yeah.
Hoping.
So I'm just going through the first one, 7 grand time. And literally, like, I got 2 pages in, and the emergency report came up, fire came up. I went, darn. All right, where's it at? It's in a dummy. It's in your plant. Oh, it's in my plant. Okay, Clash Charlie fire. Oh, that means it's electrical. Oh no, that's my stuff. And then they said it was in a load center, and I went, oh no, that's my equipment. So I took off my jacket, and I'm shouldering people out of the way, running down the P-way to get down there, which is always fun on a Friday morning when you got like an 04 that's like, you know, trying to come down the P-way, just having a grand old time. You shoulder check them into the wall. Sorry, and you just keep running. Yeah. So I get down there, I go and grab my breathing protection, throw on my bottle, get everything strapped up, throw my mask on, and I'm going downstairs, open up the door, and I'm going down. I'm by myself. There's no one else that's behind me.
Really?
Yeah. So I get to the top of the stairs, I put my regulator in, I turn it, and then I take a breath so that, you know, the seal breaks so that I can keep breathing. And the seal doesn't break. I'm like, well, I guess this is how I go today. So I pulled the regulator off, and I just kept walking down. I was like, oh, my bottle's not on. So I turned my bottle on, and whenever you breathe in, it breaks that seal. So you have to hit your air saver in order to stop. Because I turned my bottle on, it just started shooting air out of my regulator. I'm like, ah. So I hit the air saver and put it back on, and I'm walking down the stairs, and I walk in, and there's my senior chief just standing down there next to it, not wearing any breathing protection whatsoever. I'm like, huh. Well, I didn't understand the assignment. Okay.
Aw.
So I look at him. He goes, yep, yeah. They did the test transfer. It started shooting some smoke out. I was like, oh, was everybody okay? He goes, yeah. Why don't you go give chief a call? All right. Because she had literally just left. Go back upstairs, go all the way up, call her, come all the way back down. And then I was stuck there for the rest of the day. That was about 10 o'clock yesterday morning.
That's gross.
Did you ever find your coffee?
Yeah, it was cold by the time I got back to it. Because it was about 8 hours later.
Yep.
Because I was there for that, and then I went to watch. And then when I got off watch, I went back to birthing so I could go grab my phone so I could call Liz, take a night to the kids, give Chief an update on what was going on, and then go back down as we were trying to replace all of the things that caught on fire. And then find out why it caught on fire. So at about 4:30 this morning, I finally crawled into my rack. And then I got up at 6 to go and talk to Chief again, that she came back. We had, you know, this is what happened, is all the things that we did. And then they just went and did the same thing that we did, just to have an extra set of eyes, because Senior and I are down there, like, literally falling asleep on each other, looking at this stuff going, all right, so what? Yeah. And then we just, it was a good day.
So, I mean, is this mechanical, or was this somebody?
We don't know.
You don't know?
We're pretty sure one of the coils failed, because all right. So there's a whole lot of timing sequences when it comes to circuit breakers.
Okay.
So everyone knows you have circuit breakers in your house, right? You know, the little just flip things.
Right.
Essentially, we call those ALBs, right? A little breakers. They're rated for not a whole lot. And they have a couple of different ones in line. So, and they have that breaker bar that's across them so that you can open and shut all 3 phases at the same time. Everybody knows them. You know, they're fantastic. What I'm talking about is something that is the size of your average refrigerator, that has a giant handle on the front.
Oh, gosh, really?
Yep. And the mechanism on the inside of these things, like, literally you can turn a switch and it'll shut the breaker and open another one, or open a breaker and shut the other one, or vice versa. Or you can open and shut a breaker remotely. You can do it with a giant handle on the front of it. But there's all of this internals to it, right? You know, you have these giant contacts that, open and shut, but because there's so much power differential, that's going to be across those things, so you don't draw what they call an arc. They have arcing contacts on top of that are in line with them. So your arcing contacts make before your mainline contacts, and then they break after your mainline contacts because they're installed in these things called arc chutes. So if there is something, they're sacrificial contacts essentially. They're much smaller. They're a lot easier to replace. So if you have like a high differential across the breaker, that arc is going to be across the arcing contacts, which easier to replace, but whenever you open them, they go up into the arc chutes, which dissipate those arcs. It's a safety thing, right?
Okay.
If you have like a plasma ball that occurs, that can happen inside those arc chutes, and you'll end up dissipating it because they look like the inside of a silencer. They have all those different ridges and cavities, so that, like, just like with sound, when that thing comes out and your sound waves come off of it, they're going to hit those ridges and like break into the spaces. That's what we do with those arcs. Those arcs are going to break, and then they're going to collapse and then break into the ridges that are inside of those things.
Fascinating.
So you have a whole bunch of different coils, though, for like electrically how these things open and shut, all the different timing sequences, to make sure that your blowout coil actually energizes to push those arcs up into the chutes. Whether the shunt trip coil actually ends up opening the breaker when it's supposed to, the closing coil ends up, interacting with the closing relay, which has a solenoid coil that's on, all sorts of stuff, right?
Are you with me, Patrick? You're going like,
oh yeah,
electrical things do electrical stuff.
In my notes, I just put electrician talk.
Fair, I'll stop. I'm sorry.
It's fascinating, but
fascinating stuff.
It's just
and what blesses me is that you are just unloading, and I have not heard you talk about work before like this, and I know this isn't like this top secret stuff. This is just this is your everyday kind of work. But Alex, I'm impressed, and I just thank you for being willing to share. So yeah, don't stop. We're both, Greg and I are going, yeah, this is great. This is great. I don't know what you're saying, but this is great. So
he's doing Navy electrician
he's doing his
things.
thing. Yes, and that's awesome.
It's cool. It's just,
and I love it, and I'm so proud of you guys for what you do, and it just thank you, because you've been doing this what now?
15 years.
15 years, and this is the most shop I've heard you talk in 15 years.
Well, I can't really talk about the other stuff.
I know, exactly. That's right. But this is what you do on a daily, and I've never heard it. So, thanks.
Anytime.
Thanks.
Well, it's the electrician side of the house, right? This is the reason why I'm in the position that I'm in. Is I know all of these things because I've done all of these things. It's like with Greg, he's in the position that he's in because he's been doing this a while.
Yeah.
We're always into all these different things downstairs. And when it comes to the different rates of, the nuclear Navy, so to speak, the electricians are the ones that no one ever bothers to learn our stuff. So trying to qualify watch supervisor and get those qualifications so I can move on. The other guys who are qualifying want me to be their board partner because they don't know the electrical side.
Right.
And out of all the electricians that are, in quals or qualifying, I'm the one that's been doing it the longest.
Right.
So all these things have been, beaten into my head for 15 years.
Right.
And it's fantastic. They're like, all right, what's up?
And it backwards, forwards, sideways, and upside down.
Unfortunately, yes.
It's not a bad thing, boyo. It's awesome.
I got a question for you then.
Sure.
Alex, 15 years of experience, 15 years of doing this, day to day, all that jazz. Do you have a continuity plan?
For what?
You. If
Like what I'm gonna
if
do?
you cannot, no. If you can't do what you do daily, is there somebody who can pick up, read, do whatever, and fill your spot tomorrow?
No.
That's a problem.
It's one of the reasons why I'm still in. I have been working on training my relief every place that I go. So when I was at the schoolhouse, I was trying to get people to stick around. You know, hey, this is.
Yeah.
I mean, I know it seems like it sucks. It's one of those things that no one wants to do. No one wants to join or stay in the military right now. Right, with the way that the worldview is and the way that
That's everywhere.
you know,
That's in every frame of work. That's everywhere.
So
ministry too. I'm with you.
Yeah, I don't know what to do. I have some dudes that are like, oh yeah, I'm gonna stick around. I'm gonna do my 20. Um, I have learned a long time ago that I should not, try and force anybody to say, oh yeah, I'm gonna stay in. I'm gonna do this. I'm gonna do that. Being a career counselor, one of the things that you do is I don't care about retention. I don't care that, there's going to be all of these people that are going to stay in or not going to stay in. Your job as a career counselor is to make sure that they make the decision that's best for them, and then to help them on the decision that they have made.
Sure.
If they decide to get out of the military, okay, cool. Here's all the contacts that I have. Here's all the things you should do. You want to sit down and work on writing a resume? We can get all these things together. I can help you with that. That's great.
Right.
But then you have these other guys are like, oh yeah, I don't want to do this. Navy's terrible. Whatever, I'm done. And then what do? I have to treat everybody the same. I have to give every single person the same advancement opportunities. Get them working through the work center, get them being the work center supervisor, or to eventually be my relief one day. But they don't want to. They just want to show up, kind of hide out, and then go home, or just not even show up at all and just disappear throughout the day. And then now I'm standing here holding the bag at the end of the day and doing stuff that I'm not technically supposed to be doing.
Right.
I'm supposed to be supervising all of this stuff, but
right.
There were 3 of us that stuck around all day yesterday. It was me, the one guy that I keep telling him he's going to take my spot. I think he'd do a good job, but I don't know. And then the one guy that was probably my best person. And then we decided to give him a break. So we sent him off to one of the work centers that he basically has no workload now at all. But it was the 3 of us down there the entire night. From the time that everything started to the time that we got to go home today, it was the 3 of us. And then Senior kept coming in and out and, trying to take a chair nap, and then somebody would call him, and then he'd end up coming down. Yeah, that dude is tired today. I feel for him so much.
That's rough.
Because all of us got to go and take like a 2-hour nap at the end of the day, and then go home. And I think he took an hour, and then I think he was still there for a little bit before he got to go home. So it's kind of rough. But no, like. I have people that I'm like, yes, I would love for this person to take over for me one day.
Right.
One of the reasons why I show up to everything and I keep going down is, to impart the knowledge that I have and help them with this stuff.
Right.
I've gone to the school that deals with circuit breakers. I've gone to the school that, deals with all of the safety stuff. I've gone to the school to be qualified to rig equipment in and out of a space, use a chain plow. Hook it up, rig it up into the air, use math to try and figure out how you're going to get it around all these corners and then up the stairs. That's always fun. That was one of if we couldn't fix it, we were going to have to rig it, and we were going to rig it out and up and out and up. And the only person in the department that was there to qualified to do that is me.
Wow.
So, yeah, it's one of the reasons why I was still awake the entire day, just in case.
Liz, just so you know, I actually get that one.
I understood that reference.
I understood that reference.
Oh, she
Pivot.
said, pivot.
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 I am pivoting.
Pivot.
Oh man.
Awesome.
Yeah. I could bore you guys all day long with electrical stuff. We could
It's-
talk about phase imbalances and grounds and all sorts of things, but I'm not going to do that.
It's honestly, brother, it's fascinating.
Yes, it is.
You know,
Yes, it is.
I do the same thing when I start talking about airplanes and what if we're neck deep in maintenance and what we're dealing with and everything else. Like I talk to Brandy about it, and she just is like, I have absolutely no idea what you're saying, but I'm just gonna listen because you just need to get it. You just need to talk.
And gentlemen, it's not the information that you're sharing, which is important and it's good, and I can probably get nuggets from it, but it's the authority that you share it with.
Mm-hmm.
When you started talking about that, Alex and Greg, when you talk about your planes, I can see not just your wisdom, but the authority that you bring that information speaks volumes to it. And so I can only just sit back and listen and honor the work that you guys have done and the experiences that you have, because it speaks volumes in a generation right now, guys, that is just let me be frank, is like what you said, Alex, is just hiding and hoping for a paycheck. So thank you both very much for the authority that you do the work that you do, the respect that you give it. It's refreshing in a world of just stale garbage. So thank you.
Yeah.
Thank you.
No, I'm lucky. I have some really great Marines that work in my unit, and my job is the maintenance load right now is I'm knocking on wood just so you all understand. I'm like it's fairly light right now, but even when we have maintenance, I have competent non-commissioned officers in each shop that I can say, hey, this is what I need your guys to accomplish tonight. Get this done, get this done, get this done. Make this happen. I'll check on you, but this is your marching orders. Go do it.
Right. And
all I have to do is just supervise and stick my head in every so often, see how they're doing, get an update, just so I can plan my evening accordingly. But I don't have to worry about any sort of like micromanaging or anything. I hate that. I was talking to Dad about that today. I can't stand that. The micromanaging leadership frustrates me to no end. I don't like being that person. I don't want to be that person.
no.
I'm going to tell you what needs to get done. I'm going to check on you. I mean, I'm going to supervise, but I'm not going to tell you how to do it. And
Right.
I'm not going to sit there and watch you do it, because
Right.
that's not my job. Your job is to get it done.
Right.
And my Marines love that. They respect that, because that means they don't have someone digging into them, and they get their business done.
Yeah.
And then we go home and everyone's happy.
You trust
And I feel like
them
there's a
with
modicum of
Go ahead.
Yeah.
Trust.
there's a modicum of trust there.
Yep.
Yeah.
Exactly.
Absolutely. Well, I mean, if you don't get your job done, I'm going to put my foot up somewhere where the sun don't shine, and you're going to hate me.
Nice catch.
Well, yeah. No.
Family channel.
Family channel. I caught myself. I made sure I didn't use those words. But yes, I will put my boot in your John Brown hind parts, and you will get it done. If I have to drag you every step of the way, kicking and screaming. But I don't like doing that. That's not my MO. I would rather just tell you what needs to get done and then step back.
That's why I'm mom.
Yeah.
I'm with you.
So, gentlemen, my week has been good. Nothing too crazy went down. Some work related stuff that can't be discussed on here.
Sure.
For reasons.
Reason.
But I did get a chance. Brandy and I had Thursday evening off, which was awesome. We ended up going out and we had dinner at, well, yeah, I guess it would be dinner. We had dinner and spent an evening with friends, which Sasha and Sean, Alex, you've met them.
I
Spent
have not,
those.
but yes.
You haven't met them yet?
No.
Oh, we'll fix that in the near future.
Sure.
They're good. They're good people.
I'm down.
He was a lieutenant commander in the Navy. Yeah, I've been friends with an 05 for the last
That's Commander,
or
bro.
04, excuse me. No, 05, yeah. He's a commander, excuse me. He was a commander. I've been friends with an 05 for the last like 2 years. And he's finally a civilian, so I can like just say it. Which is kind of cool. But he and his wife are really awesome people. But anyways, had time with them, and then I have been doing so much, like, gentlemen, I don't know, Alex, did you pick up Tears of the Kingdom?
Nope.
Patrick, did you know that came out on Friday?
Yep.
Yeah, here, let me hold on 1 second. I'm gonna run away.
My boy's playing it.
I am not.
He's loving it.
I'm still trying to finish Hogwarts Legacy.
Ah, that's a good point. That's a good one.
Yeah.
That's a good one.
Yeah. There's so many things that came out while I was on deployment or right after I got on deployment that I had no idea, no way to look up, no research,
sure.
no nothing. So
Yeah.
So
it's pretty.
Yeah, right.
$70.
Yeah, I get so GameStop 10% military discount, so I only got mine for 66. But
hot
yeah, I know,
stuff.
right? Here's the problem. I don't know if you can notice this, but
you haven't opened it yet.
It's still wrapped.
What has happened to us, boys? What has happened to us? We have become old fathers of.
I have been
pooting around.
I have been. I literally. So I did not do the midnight release. I was telling the GameStop employee about that. I'm like, brother, I don't do that anymore. I'm way too old. I don't care. If I really wanted to play it, I would have just got it digitally and played it at midnight if I was really dead set. But I don't. That's not who I am. So I went in on Friday. I knew they would have plenty, the FOMO does not, there's FOMO. Who doesn't know it? Does anyone not know what FOMO was?
Fear of missing out.
The fear of missing out, People have the FOMO like back in the day that, there's not going to be enough copies. They're all going to be sold out.
Wah.
I've gotten two Switch games that were highly anticipated this year. I picked up Metroid Prime Remastered, and I've gotten Tears of the Kingdom. Do you know what I did when I went and bought them?
Walked up and asked if they had them?
I walked in on release day. I was the only person in the store, and I said, hey, do you have this game? Yeah, here it is right here. Hey, thank you very much. I'm going to purchase this now. Y'all have a wonderful day, and I'm going to walk out. Like, they make enough of them, folks. And if you really want to, we're going to keep on Liz's I'm old, and we're old. I like purchasing I like the physical copies.
You can resell it.
You can resell it.
It's resell, and I'm also paranoid about, I don't expect the Switches. I mean, we're seeing it with the Wii. The Virtual Console got shut down. You're not able to buy games anymore on the older consoles. So it's like, man, I plan on keeping my Switch for as long as I can. I'm never getting rid of it. So I want those physical copies. I want to be able to have it in hand. So I walked in and I purchased it, and I haven't even opened it yet because I have been doing adulting all stinking weekend. It's been one thing after another. I have not been able to just sit down and go, let me fire this up and actually play it.
Yep.
So I have been playing Breath of the Wild just to pass the time this last week, leading up to it. So
Good choice.
that was fun. I know I still haven't beaten Ganon.
Bruh.
I know, right?
What?
Yeah. I've completed all the Divine Beasts. I have a bunch of the armor. I'm still exploring the land and finding other shrines that I have. I found a shrine that random shrine that was like over on the eastern side of the continent, and it was like on this spiral shaped peninsula. It was like an escort mission. It was fun. Yeah. But I haven't gone, and like I know I could go right now. I could sit down, I could fire it up, I could go and beat Ganon. I just haven't. I've been enjoying doing everything else in that game. And eventually I'll probably do it this week. I'll probably just finally go and just at least beat it just to say I did.
So then you can actually break the plastic on your new one.
And then I won't feel bad about going and playing Tears of the Kingdom. Like, oh yeah, I already beat the other one.
Oh yeah. Oh.
Just because.
Yeah.
Patrick, what you been up to this week? Alex and I have been like,
no, I love it.
That's great. Running this show.
That's why we're here. My week has been good. It's been busy. It's been full of people. Those not in the know, my job involves personnel, and personnel is right now the student body at this campus and this school. And so dealing a lot with those who are getting ready to be commissioned and ordained as Salvation Army officers, and then also dealing a lot with those who are getting ready to go on their summer assignment as second-year cadets. But Carrie and I have been looking forward to this weekend since April 8th. And I know the date because I wrote in the journal again today, which is really cool. We went camping last night.
Nice.
You did?
We did. We took the camper.
Oh, how did that go?
It was awesome. We went to High Falls State Park, which is just south of Griffin, Georgia, in between Griffin and Forsyth. And right off of I-75. It's a lake that's been dammed, but it's got humongous waterfalls coming off of it. And we took the camper, and it was raining, and yet we still set it up in like 20 minutes flat. It was just, guys, it was so good. It was so good. And then today, woke up, I made breakfast over the fire with cast iron and
oh man, you're speaking my language now.
French press, and we walked trails, we took pictures. I fell asleep in the hammock and slept for an hour. Like, guys, this has been the best 48 hours I've had in months. And I'm just so grateful. I'm so grateful.
So test drive the camper was a success then, is what I'm getting.
Yes.
Amen. Yeah. So
yes.
So you guys are basically like, hey, this is gonna work. We're gonna have a good time.
Yeah.
Crossing the country come this summer.
Yeah. And
that's cool.
There was a guy, he and his wife, his name is Brian, his wife's name is Janet. And they're from Michigan. Don't hold your spit. They're from Michigan, but they also have a Tab 320. And they were parked on the other side of the camp from us, but we met up and got to talking. And they're driving like a Honda Pilot. We're driving a minivan. I said, do you have any problems? He says, absolutely not. I'm like, oh, thank God. Last summer, they went the same route we did, or that we're planning. So they went Rushmore, Tetons, Yellowstone.
Did they give you any tips and tricks, any pointers since they've already done it? Like you take some notes there, like,
Yeah,
hey, that sounds like some good advice.
yeah,
I might steal that one from you.
absolutely. So it was definitely a beautiful moment, being able to talk here. Talk. They have a 19, so we have a 23. They have a 19, so 4 years older, and it still looks brand new. And that trip that they took west, they took 7 weeks compared to our 18 days. So I'm like, come on, this is awesome. But having that connection was really, really cool. When they came in, we were at site 101. They were at site, I want to say like 112. And so they had to come past us, and Carrie and I were like pumping fists at him and stuff like this, because it was another tab. It was another tab 320, and so it was cool. I love the community that we're already a part of. So yeah.
Did you see anything in their setup that you were like, that's really cool, I want to do that?
They had a pop-up. So they had a pop-up tent that they used as extra cover on the side. So our teardrop, there's no pop-outs. There's nothing of that sense. So you have
it's so
door
small.
and a window. Yeah, door and a window on the front, and a window on the other side. And so having a pop-up to kind of block some of the potential rain, or also give you some more shade out your front door would be a good idea. So, but we were under some amazing tree cover. We had easily a dozen trees around us, old enough that we could both hook up hammocks, and it was awesome. It was so good for both of us.
What kind of hammocks are you guys rocking?
I've got an Eno.
Okay,
Yeah,
good choice.
Eno double nest.
Same.
Yeah.
Same.
Yeah.
Yeah, no, I love my Eno. It's a great hammock.
I agree. It's breathable too. Like there was a little bit of a breeze today, and I could feel it on my back, which is great. Obviously I fell asleep, so it was.
Do you have slap straps for it yet?
Yeah.
Okay, I was about to say, if you don't, get some
Atlas straps.
Yeah, the Atlas slap straps.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, they've the different rings all the way up, and then yep. Quality stuff, man.
Amen.
Quality.
Well, Alex, you got a question for us this week?
I do, and it'll be a quick one, I promise, because I know we're kind of running low on time.
We are getting close to that hour mark.
We are actually.
That's all right.
We're a few minutes away. So, looking at oh wow, I drove everybody away. We have 2 people in the chat.
It's time well spent, man. No, it's not you, I promise.
We had a bold full here at one point.
Yeah.
So
yeah.
So, I don't know if we've asked this. It's one of those things that looking up different things to talk about kind of made me think about it. Have we talked about favorite holidays?
Ooh.
And what kind of traditions that we had?
No.
All right. So, gentlemen, what's your favorite holiday? And in correlation with that, or conjunction with that, what kind of traditions do you guys have for that holiday?
Okay. Can I go first?
Yes,
sure.
Please.
Okay, not a holiday. It's our birthdays.
Okay.
And the reason it's my favorite, it's not for the presents. Mom always made a cake. She always made a cake. I don't think I ever had a store-bought birthday cake my 18 years at home. And I remember there was one time Mom was going through the season of the character cakes.
Yes.
And so we had Ninja Turtles at some time. We had those are the ones I remember, were the Ninja Turtle ones. But she would have a different color for the bandana for the different one of us would have Donatello, or one of us would have Michelangelo or whatnot. And so we had a different Ninja Turtle cake for our birthday. But my favorite holiday, quote unquote, and tradition is our birthdays at home because of Mom's cake.
Right on.
Yeah.
That is an awesome.
Sorry.
Oh, you're fine.
Mine. All right. So my current tradition, or my favorite tradition is current in life. And favorite holiday. I love Thanksgiving. Um,
Okay.
so every
fried
year,
turkey?
yeah. Huh?
Deep fried turkey?
Well, I do. I try to do a deep fried turkey. I haven't done one the last couple of years because I've been going up to Brian and Janet's Brandy's parents' house
Right.
up in New York.
Right.
Mm-hmm.
Since we met, we go up to New York for Thanksgiving, usually the week prior,
Mm-hmm.
because usually that Saturday prior is opening day for rifle season in hunting in upstate New York. And you can pretty much guarantee I am going to be out in the middle of the woods, freezing my butt off, trudging through frozen grass, potentially a couple inches of snow,
Mm-hmm.
trying to take the next big buck, or at least a good sized doe, and I absolutely love it. And it all culminates at the end of that week of being able to get together and enjoy turkey. And this last year, I had Zoe up there this year again, and got to take her into the woods, which was really cool and a really beautiful experience. And then actually Thanksgiving Day, took her up to a portion of the woods that was able to set up targets and give her the 22 youth rifle, and just worked on teaching her how to shoot, and seeing the look in her eyes. I think I sent you guys that video. The look in her eyes when she shattered that bottle, of just the eyes and the smile,
Yeah.
like turning back to look at me. It was like, okay, this is pretty cool. This is a core memory. Yeah, no, that was amazing. So
Yeah.
so right now, I would say that the second one comes close would probably be 4th of July, summertime. It was usually 4th of July growing up, going up to
Mm-hmm.
grandma and grandpa's house, and
At the lake?
yeah, at the
Yeah.
lake, and more specifically, the very specific memory that sticks in my head. And we actually, last weekend, I talked about having a barbecue at Sasha and Sean's house. We were hanging out with them. We brought some ears of corn,
Mm-hmm.
and I ended up shucking them. And all I could think about was when Grandma would go and buy just like this huge bag of corn. If you remember, do you remember that, PT?
Yeah.
She would buy so much corn on the cob. Like I swear she had to cook that thing in a stock pot.
Yeah.
But I remember sitting on the back porch with a brown paper bag, usually between Alex and I, or Patrick, I remember you being out there too, usually between the three of us. And we'd be sitting on the back porch and we'd be shucking corn, throwing the husks into this brown paper bag.
Yep.
And that sticks in my head. And I actually, that memory popped back into my head last weekend. So yeah, so that's the other one.
Nice.
Alex, what about you?
Well, my first one obviously is also Thanksgiving. You guys know I like to eat.
Yes, you do, and you make good food.
I try.
So envious. You've been cooking up at home all this week or last week.
Yeah, the past couple of days we've kind of been trying to spread out a little bit and go get things. I had chipotle for dinner. Very excited about that.
Who doesn't like some good chipotle?
But the 1 year that we were at home, and I don't remember if you guys were still there, if it was just me and Mom and Dad. But turkey and chips.
Yep.
The 1 year that Mom and Dad didn't have Our mom just kind of blanked, and
There was
we
no
didn't
time.
have
Yeah.
we didn't have any sides.
They were in the middle of kettle season. I remember
Yep.
that.
So
Alex, Patrick, and I had moved out, I think, by that point.
Right.
yep. So we were in West Virginia. We didn't have a whole lot of time. You know, all three of us were kind of running around trying to help. And it was turkey and chips. You know, because we had chips in the pantry, and since then, without fail, every single time I've talked to them, or every time that I've had Thanksgiving, chips have always been an option. Always.
Yep.
And you know, if you talk to Mom on Thanksgiving, she goes, "Yep, we made turkey. We had chips. It just continued to go."
Yeah.
That was 16 years ago,
Yeah.
That's
and
wild.
it was something that just happened. But now every single time it is turkey and chips. That and you know PJs the night before Christmas,
Oh yeah. Yeah.
and that's something I know all three of us have taken, and you know,
Yeah.
given that to our families
Oh,
as well.
yeah.
It happens here. Yep.
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 So, well, I appreciate it, gentlemen. I know it was
Oh no, it's a good one.
kind of a short, easy one, but yeah.
It's
Well,
perfect.
Those are nice because they bring up good memories.
Mm-hmm.
So real quick, dad joke for you. Ready?
I love a good dad joke.
Kim Jong-un
Yes.
uses body doubles as part of his security team.
Hmm.
Mm-hmm. They're named Kim Jong-deux and Kim Jong-trois.
Oh man.
Deux and trois.
Deux and trois.
Deux.
Deux. Trois.
I sent my hearing aids for repairing last week.
Haven't heard anything back from
Haven't heard anything since.
him. Sorry.
I don't know if I asked this one. What's hairy, round, and brown and goes up and down?
You did that last week. It's a kiwi on an elevator.
Kiwi in an elevator.
Dude, I put it in the show notes. Come on.
Oh, sorry.
He doesn't read the show
No,
notes.
he doesn't. Come on.
I found my mark.
You know, there was a Roman emperor who never aged after he turned 19. His name was
Really?
Constantine.
Constantine.
Instead of Constantinople.
My wife and I often laughed about how competitive we are,
You laughed harder?
but I definitely laughed more.
Uh-huh. What do you call men who make women belong in the kitchen jokes?
Dead.
Divorced?
Single. I know we all can appreciate that one.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
What happened to the guy who emptied his wallet into a bowl of nachos?
He lost all his cheddar.
He cashed in his chips.
Yeah.
Meh.
This one, I don't remember if we ever said this one. Why was the man staring at the jar of orange juice?
It said to concentrate.
Does it concentrate?
Because it said to concentrate.
Mm-hmm. Just been for my prostate exam.
Family Channel.
Yeah, got the thumbs up.
That's wrong.
Man. Oh man. What do you call a can opener that doesn't work?
I can't open her.
A can't opener.
All right. What do you call an angry counselor?
Postal.
A therapist. I'm done. I'm done.
No, man.
You got one more, Greg?
What did Alexander the Great and Winnie the Pooh have in common?
They both want pencils?
No pants. That's what I was thinking too.
Same middle name.
The.
That one's good. I'll hold on to that one.
Well, family, that wraps it up for us this week. We truly appreciate you hanging out with us. Those who came and went and saw and seen on twitch.tv/brothersinarmspodcast, thank you for sticking with us. Liz, especially, your inclusion in the chat channel is always a blessing, so thank you for that. Folks, as it was said at the beginning, this has been episode 113 of Brothers in Arms Podcast. You can find all of these up to like episode 12 on our YouTube channel, Brothers in Arms Podcast, all one word. You can also find us on Twitter at yourbrothersinarmspodcast. And you can also find us on Instagram at Brothers in Arms Podcast. I'm actually going to post some of the pictures from this weekend on there, just so that you all have a glimpse into what's happening in our lives throughout the day. That's some of these things we can't post because, well, they're secret, top secret stuff. But
super secret,
super squirrel, secret squirrel.
You want to see some secret stuff? Hang on.
Uh-oh. What's he got?
He's got.
So this is Wild Ricochet. Okay,
we come full circle.
I should have seen it. Anyways.
Sorry.
Well, I did.
Called it.
I called it. We love you too, Liz. Thank you. Well, folks, that's it for us. We truly love you. We appreciate you. We hope you have a fantastic, wonderful week. Gentlemen, any parting remarks before we hit the magic button?
As always, drink water, change your socks, take Motrin. Those are the keys to a healthy, not dying life-wise, but more specifically too, take time to listen. When someone reaches out and wants to talk, take time to listen.
Yeah.
You don't realize how much you might be doing for them by just taking that moment. It's never too what do you call it? It doesn't take much to just stop and listen to someone. And that might make the complete difference in their lives. So that's all I got.
It's good. Alex?
Greg kind of stole my thunder on that one. I'm sorry.
I'm sorry, boyo.
It's okay. Take the time. Tell people you love them.
Mm-hmm.
Yep.
Yeah.
It's good. Take your furlough.
Amen.
Take your furlough.
Leave, vacation, whatever they call it.
Whatever the word
Detail.
is.
Yes.
Take it.
Yes.
So that you can take care of you. Especially for those who take care of others. You're looking at 3 of them right now. Take care of yourself so you can take care of others. Take your leave. All right. There you go. Love you guys.
Can I add one more thing to that? Because I want it's so important. People need to hear this.
Okay.
For all 3 people in our group that are listening. If you were not at work tomorrow, guess what? They're still gonna do what they're supposed to do.
Maybe not.
They're
as well.
still maybe not as well. Maybe not legally because they're not qualified.
Oh,
I know. I love you, but it needs to be said. If you weren't there tomorrow, I promise you, they're still going to do what they need to get done. It is not so important that you can't step away and take time for yourself.
that's right.
Take your furlough. Okay.
Amen.
Sorry.
This has been a PSA brought to you by BIA.
The more you know.
The more you know.
G.I. Joe?
Real American hero.
Pork chop sandwiches. I showed you those.
Yes, you did.
You know where it's from.
Yes, you did.
You can't unhear it now.
And I want more. I want more.
Oh man.
That's
Oh
awesome.
gosh, now I gotta go watch those again.
Yes, you
Just
do.
to make myself laugh.
Just cause.
Just because.
All right, everybody. Guys, I love you.
I love you too, brother.
Everybody, y'all take care. Take care of each other. Take care of yourself. Take a furlough. And we'll see you soon.
Yes.
Next week?
Yes.
Yeah.
I'll be here.
Same bad channel.
Good.
Yeah.
Sounds real.
Might be Sunday or Saturday, whichever one works out better. I don't know.
Whatever works.
I'll be here.
It'll work.
I don't have my dice down here. So
I like this weekly thing. It's good.
Yeah, it's nice. It's real good.
Yeah, concur.
Curd.
Concurred.
You cur.
Curd. Yogurt.
I prefer the white milky stuff. What's that stuff called? What is that? That's
blue milk.
No, not the blue milk. I hate the blue milk. Cottage cheese. That's what I was looking for. I love cottage cheese. It's quality stuff.
With the fruit or without the fruit?
Always with the fruit.
I like it with cracked pepper. Yes.
Not a bad thing.
Yeah, try it with some cracked pepper. You would cottage cheese with the cracked pepper. That's pretty tasty, just saying.
I hear you. Okay. Bye, everybody.
Did I miss one?
No, you're good.
No,
you're just fine.
you're like zip over the head. No, you missed it.
No neck.
You know neck. Anyways, gentlemen, I love you.
Love you.
Love you.
Bye.
Okay, bye now.
Where's the button?